I should be leaving. Hear what I say without even speaking. My compass is off, why did I choose you? I'm just too lost, I need to cut loose. I keep it in my head, I keep it locked away. My friends think that this is over. Guess it's the price I pay. Played with the enemy, now I got you on my shoulders. Let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love again. Let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love again. Let me love again.
Let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love again. Let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love again.
Wanna let go, I wanna lose you. Fall out of love as you're supposed to. This was a phase that I was a mistake, but I can't move on with something in these days. Let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love, let me let go and let me love again.
Well, hello everybody. I am not muted. Okay, woo, we're good. We're good. Sometimes I think I tapped unmute and I'm still muted. My friends, hello, hello, hello. I have missed you. My goodness. Okay, so hello everybody. Now here is the crazy thing. You might notice that the angle is a little different. That's one thing I want to talk about today. But first, I want to say hello to everybody. All of you guys that are here with me today. We got Johnny watching. Jennifer is watching from Detroit. Doug is on his way up to Detroit right now. He's driving up there for a work trip. So it's kind of funny. Don Moody, if you're still here, hello. Mariano, if you're still here. And then, of course, Matt's multitasking. I'm assuming he's busy. Y'all, I've been busy too, like crazy busy. We're going to chat about that. Tara is here as well. Tara, I'm assuming Tara Lampert. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. And Angela King, of course, and Laura Williams. What's up, Laura? Johnny says, I'm buying some of my own t-shirts to wear in my shows. Once I have my own t-shirts, you better believe I'm going to be buying my own t-shirts for my shows. So for sure. Okay. I have to say, sorry about the cable back there. I'm still working on stuff. So I'm changing things up. The layout is different, right? The layout is different. So so Santa Cruz, fantastic. Laura noticed the angle. Good. Very good. So here's the thing. First things first. This isn't going to be a super long stream today. I do want to share just chat with you guys about some cool stuff. I got some new gear that I want to tell you about that is part of why things are different. I changed my angle. So one of the things I've been wanting to do now that I see that the sun is shining in through the top of my doorway, but I wanted to change things up. I wanted to change things up for a couple of reasons. One is I think it's good to change things up. I think it's good to offer your audience a variety when you're going live. So don't keep it too exactly the same all the time. That's actually one of the reasons why I really like having the option of having another camera that I can show you a different view. Oh my God. Can I show it to you without the timer? How about that? I like having this view here now because I actually think that I figured out how to fix my Brio so that it's a wide angle. Because before it was actually, even though I would use the settings app and change things, it was not maintaining that wide angle. So I wanted to show this to you, but I wanted to show this to you because you can see more of my actual setup, but also my computer screens. And so when I'm doing certain things, you can actually see a little bit better what's happening in my whole setup. So pushing buttons like to go back to my cam link, so the Sony camera. So now I will say this, going back to that behind the scenes, a couple things you may notice that are different. So let's talk about that real quick. Because one of the things I wanted to point out to you all was the new desk setup. So my PC tower is back here now. And then before it was over here on the left side. Honestly, I got this computer earlier in the year, like way earlier in the year. It's a gaming computer. It's a powerful computer. I don't use it for gaming. I use it for streaming. And I had my old computer, and I basically moved my old computer. My old computer was on the floor. Anyway, this thing was on my desk for a long time over here. And I did not like the clutter of my desk. I felt like I had a cluttered desk, and I have all these things I need. I have microphones and cameras and lights and stuff. So what I ended up purchasing was I purchased a ARM system. So my monitors now, watch this. Are you guys ready for this? Oh, this one's a little tighter. I got to adjust it. I can literally move these things. Check it out. So both of these are on an ARM. So there's two of them. So this is one and this is the other. I can change the angle. I can actually make it go higher, like up. I can come down with it. I'm pretty excited about it. I need to adjust the tension so that, that one is like stiff. That's got to get fixed. So I can adjust the tension. This one, if I touch it, it's like going to fly up and hit my camera. So anyway, I really, really love this because I'm able to make adjustments as I need to, as I work differently. The one thing that I wanted to change as well, back to it, was my angle. So I wanted to change the camera angle. This is, before we were kind of coming in this way. And so you guys were seeing, all the bookshelves, more of the bookshelf and all that stuff. And that was fine. But I really like having more depth in my shot. And so my room goes back that way. So I wanted to bring that in. And so, you all see that side, right? Addison's desk, which is now even more cluttered. And she's very excited because she got one of my old monitors. And anyway, that's a long story. But my point is that I wanted to bring more of the room in the shot. And so back here, that's what goes up to the rest of my condo. But the risk is that is the door that goes into my garage. So before, Addie could kind of sneak in, people could kind of sneak in, and that door wasn't visible. But I really don't care. Bottom line is I really don't care. Some people say, oh, I don't like the view of the door in your shot. personally, I don't think it looks that bad because now I have this lens that I've been using this year that blurs that background out. I don't think the door is really that big a deal. I do think that if I were using, my regular webcam and everything was in focus, that I don't think I'd love that. I don't think I'd love that look. But now that I'm able to have that blurry background, I really do think you can get away with different things in the background. So, that's part of it. The only thing that I got to fix now is this cable. The other thing I'm not sure about is my Canon camera, my lava lamp cam. That is literally zoomed in all the way because the camera I didn't want it in the background to be able to be seen. And so I had to, it's over there, but it's further away. I got to change that. The whole point is that I think it's good to mix it up for you and for your audience. I was getting bored with the same shot over and over and over, and I wanted to be able to change it up. There is a light up there. Whoop, bzz, bzz. There's a light. The hall light right there is a colored bulb. And I just think right now you can't tell because the sun is coming through the front door, like the top of the door. But it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool when it's all, like colored and stuff in the background. I couldn't really get away with that because the only thing you were seeing was this little corner before. Now I feel like I can do some interesting things with it. So change the angle, breaking a couple rules because of that, but I'm getting away with it, right? Hello, Billy. How are you doing, my friend? I was just pointing out the change in the angle. So that Creative Girl, I'm using a Sony a6100. That is the camera I'm using. I am using a Sigma 16 millimeter fixed lens that goes down to a 1.4 f-stop. And that's why we get that blurry background. And that is all routing into my computer through the CamLink capture card. So definitely want to do that. Johnny says, you just inspired me to hook up another camera and try a second shot. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. So this behind the scenes camera that you all see right here, right? I have thought about different ways I wanted to put it. I really kind of wanted to have it way up and down, but it looks a little strange, and I wanted to be able to point things out on my desk. So people are always like, that Creative Girl was asking about the camera. Well, there's my camera that's the CamLink. When I say CamLink, it's the Sony camera going through the CamLink. These are my Elgato lights that are faced away from me. They're reflecting off of the ceiling. This is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone I'm using today. That is one thing that I do not love is the way I have to have this now that I have the monitor hookup back there. It's limiting. You can see that I have my curtains closed. Like, people always want to understand how everything is, right? Everyone always wants to know, what are you using? How are you using it? How is it arranged? And so I like this shot because I can do that. I also like that shot just because it adds variety. I do think that it does help when you can kind of mix things up. However, at this time, StreamYard does not have, you cannot just simply natively hook up two cameras, right? So I'm using OBS Studio and I'm using the virtual camera. So if we go back to my Brio, let me move you all over here. You'll see here. So on this screen here, this is OBS. And so I'm controlling what you see I'm streaming out by using this software. So this application is pushing into StreamYard and StreamYard's streaming it out to you. And so that's how I'm able to use the Stream Deck, which is the Elgato Stream Deck, and I'm able to basically key punch and make changes just by the push of a button. Like literally the push of a button can change my camera because that is connected to OBS. And that's how I'm doing that. So I do love the additional, I really do like the additional camera for a lot of reasons, but it does kind of require you to get to, you might need to add a couple things on for sure. So I got the new desk set up. So there's that. But the biggest thing I wanted to chat with you guys. So I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't go live last week. I actually took a very last minute impromptu fall break trip with my daughter. And if you're inside my Facebook group, DIY Marketing with Melanie, then which is a free group. So if you're not in there, come join us. Come hang out. Just search DIY Marketing with Melanie. Come hang out with us. You all saw the post I made in there where I basically was talking about, being an entrepreneur. One of the perks of being an entrepreneur is flexibility. But flexibility and freedom aren't the same thing. I think a lot of times people get the perception of entrepreneurs that we are, oh, we have all this freedom. We get to do whatever we want. I'm literally on a text thread with a bunch of my friends and some guys I used to work with right now, including a guy I'm working with right now on a project. They want to play golf on Friday and catch up. And I can do that. I'm actually going to be able to do that. And that's flexibility. But that's not freedom. That time I take away from my work, I have to make up somewhere. And so I think that there's all this perception that as entrepreneurs, we're free. We get to do whatever we want. No, we don't. We still have to work. We have to work hard. In fact, we work really hard. And so I was talking about that. But when you do have those moments where you get to take advantage of the perk of flexibility, then take advantage of it, even if you have to make a sacrifice and make up for it later. And so I took my daughter on a short little trip. We went down to French Lick, Indiana, and we stayed at the French Lick Resort and we stayed at the West Baden Resort, which are two amazing historical hotels. We went horseback riding. We had some really good just one-on-one time, and it was really great. But the sacrifice was took some time away from the office, unplanned, and I didn't stream. I didn't come hang out with you guys, right? But I'm also in the middle of a switch, right? So I'm in the middle of a switch, meaning I'm in the middle of a very large project that I took on that's temporary for an old client. And it's taking up a bit of my schedule. So, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like wanting to switch up my schedule anyway. So I usually stream and talk to you guys Tuesdays at 2:00. But there's a couple of other things going on at Tuesdays at that time that I would like to open my schedule up for. So I'm looking for a new day and time for my weekly live videos. And the other thing that I have to think about is, again, we go through seasons in our life, seasons in our business and seasons in our life. And we have to make sure that we are able to make adjustments where necessary. I am not a fan of everything being carved in stone. And so I think a lot of times entrepreneurs, we get stuck and we think, oh, this is the way I've been going live Tuesdays at 2, so I have to keep doing that. I've been going live Tuesdays at 2 for just almost a year. It'll be a year here, maybe about a year. If it's not quite a year, it's damn near close, okay? I can make that change. If I need to, I will. And I want you to understand, again, flexibility. You've got to build a business that works for your life, that works in the life that you want. And so don't let your, the best practices of marketing get in the way of you living the life you want to live. And so here's what I'll say. My daughter, who I talk about often, is done with volleyball. So she played volleyball, 6th grade volleyball this year. And so she no longer has volleyball practice after school every day, right? So I now get to go do car pickup because she and I don't live in the school bus district. Her dad does, but I don't. And so when I pick her up after school, I literally have to leave. So go sit in the car pickup line. She gets in the car and then we literally have to sit there for 5 minutes at least before we get to leave the parking lot. And it's like a 40-minute, 50-minute process. And guess when that happens? Right when I should be live streaming, talking to you guys on Tuesdays at 2:00. So my life dictates that I need to find a different time slot. So I'm looking at the ideal time slots. And that's funny because Billy, I think it's going to be on Mondays. So Mondays with Mel. I really do think it is going to be on Mondays. I'm trying to kind of find that ideal time for it. It's probably going to be 1 o'clock. That's probably what we're looking at. 1 o'clock on Mondays. But we'll see. I don't know. 1 o'clock on Mondays conflicts with something else I like to do as well. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, so what I'm getting at here is that I'm going to be working on that new schedule. I'm going to go live again, probably this either tomorrow or this Thursday, and do kind of another kind of just content. But I am going to try to pick my schedule. So you guys, make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, I think most of you here are. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you have the notifications turned on because I am maybe going to have to do a little bit of some off-schedule stuff. Now, ideally, I'll get to a place where I can pick a new time and I'll be able to stick with that time all the time. But right now, in the season of my business and my life, I've got a couple things conflicting with that. But I'm going to make it up. to you. So I'm going to work on some other ways to make it up to you. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to come on, catch up with you all, let you know about that. And then I want to share a couple other things with you guys before I sign off for today. But let me check in here because I saw, let me see here. Matt says, I will be glad when StreamYard integrates with Stream Decks. They are working on it. I do know they are working on it. It's coming. It is being done. By the way, if any of you have a Stream Deck, Elgato released an update, I think today. I updated it today. There are now folders. They call them, or pages. So the Stream Deck it's automatically added it, actually. Let me see if I can show it to you. So like you can see it. That button right there is an arrow. And if I hit it, it like goes to another page, which is just a super easy way, which I think is way better than the old way, which they have folders, but inside a folder, you can have pages now. So you can have more keys that you can toggle back and forth to. So I really liked that they did that. That was an update they made to that today. There's something with sound effects too that they updated. That creative girl says, I know this is off topic. I have the same microphone. I'm having huge issues with controlling the volume of my stream and other things like the browser on the software when I have my headphones on. So the Elgato Wave 3 application can honestly be a little tricky. So she's talking about the Wave 3. Let me actually, I'm also, my monitors are now backwards. So everything's different than it used to be. So with the Elgato Wave 3 application, sharing screen, right here, you have different controls. What you probably are going to want to mess with is you want to go, first make sure your monitor mix is up all the way, because this is how you listen to what's happening. In fact, I need to pause the music. Hello. And so here, if you go up here to that Wave 3, you're going to notice that you have some controls. Your output volume, which is how you listen, this is going to turn your headphones up like a lot if you want it to be, or it's going to be quiet. So if you want to hear stuff, you might need to adjust the volume right here. And then this is what throws a lot of people off. This is the mix between your mic and your PC. So right now I have, oh my God, I'm not showing my screen. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me start over. Right up here, if you click on that, you're going to see a menu and you're going to have your output volume. That's your headphone volume, right? And then here, this is what throws a lot of people off. This is the difference between, in fact, I like it to be 50-50. This is the balance between your microphone. So I'm listening, I'm hearing myself talk through my microphone because I have my headphones plugged right into this microphone. But then I'm also able to listen to the PC sounds, which is going to be like the music. And if you have this at 50-50, you're good to go. But if you have this at PC all the way, you're not going to hear yourself in your headphones. You're only going to hear your computer sounds. And vice versa. If you have it all the way to the left, you're only going to hear your microphone and you're not going to hear your computer sounds. So just check those settings right there. Honestly, other than that, I don't really know what else to tell you. I do know that the application is a little bit tricky and has a little bit of a learning curve to it. Just make sure your monitor mix is all the way up as well. Don says he was out last week too. Thank you. He's like, it's okay. I was gone last week too. Hopefully you're doing something fun, Don. Hopefully you're doing something fun. Let me see. So the only other thing that creative girl is you want to make sure your monitor mix is selected to wherever you are trying to listen. So make sure you have your headphones selected there. That's the other thing. So Jennifer, I always love your support so much, my dear. Literally, you're always so encouraging. She says, I love that you keep it real, including being human and taking the time to prioritize your family. Good for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm liking the Mondays with Mel. Just another Mel Monday. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny's a subscriber. Hold on. I love it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Johnny says, I just got a Stream Deck. Love it, but some of my buttons are getting errors. Okay, so Johnny, sometimes things will make it break, and if you just have to reset the buttons. So I know that if I make a change in my OBS, it always breaks the button. I have to just redo it. There are definitely some bugs with Elgato software. I noticed there are some bugs with the Stream Deck, and there are some bugs with that Wavelink software. So just kind of one of those things, got to kind of figure out. This might be Tara. I'm not sure. I don't get reminders anymore from Facebook, even though I always click the get reminder button. I just put it in my calendar, but not sure why that isn't working anymore. That is a bummer. I am noticing as well that I'm not getting the same live notifications from a lot of the people I follow on Facebook. So it's possible that Facebook's making some modifications, some changes. I don't know. But I do find Facebook can be very unreliable. And Laura says she doesn't get them either. She says, I don't get them anymore either, but I do get in YouTube notifications. It's highly possible that it's a bug right now. And I find Facebook's notifications always to be kind of a mess. They're always a hot mess. They're always inconsistent. Really pretty annoying, right? So kind of one of those crazy things. So, okay. Let me see here. Matt, you're so sweet. I definitely try to be cool, and I definitely try to be helpful, right? Okay, so here's something I want to tell you guys about too. Okay, I bought a new toy, and this is proof about how busy I've been. This is proof that I bought a new toy, and I haven't even had a chance to open it up and play with it. I charged them, but guess what I bought? I bought the Cinco wireless mics. So these are, the way these work is there's a receiver. So one of these is, see, that's the thing. I haven't even freaking figured, oh, okay. This one's the receiver. So I don't know. I got to figure it out. Anyway, it comes with 2 mics. So if I wanted to do an interview, then I could do an interview with somebody and we can both be mic'd up, or I can mic myself up. But these are wireless. And what I like, my friend Kirk Nugent, who is super awesome, does the same stuff I do. If you like me, like my style, I always give him a hard time and I say I was using purple lights before he was, but literally we literally have very similar styles and the stuff we do. But he is like, I mean, you guys think I'm tech savvy. He's like way beyond me. But anyway, he was doing a stream talking about he was using that mic. And I was like, whoa, that sounds really good. But what I loved about it was he was doing a stream. He was kind of doing a studio tour, but he was doing Amazon Live. And so he was basically, talking about products, sharing his links. And if you bought from his Amazon Live, then he gets credit for that, right? Like it's another affiliate type of income. So anyway, he was using that mic and I loved it because he was walking around. So like, if I come back here and I want to show you something, my audio goes out because I'm away from my mic. Well, with that wireless mic, he was all over the place, changing cameras, doing all kinds of cool stuff. And the sound was great. I was like, wow, the quality of that is really good. Now, this is a competitive brand to Rode. So it's Cinco, okay? It's a competitive brand to Rode. And they have a very similar product that we've seen. The Rode Wireless Go is what it's called. They also have the Rode Wireless Go 2. This is basically the same thing as the Rode Wireless Go. I haven't even had a chance to, I've charged the mics and that's it. I haven't even had a chance to play with it. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. I definitely want to check it out and I definitely want to share it with you guys because here's the deal. I know a lot of you are doing the types of streams where you're not just stationary. You might be moving around. You might want to do a tour. Yeah, okay. The creative girl, she's like, yeah, I'd love to see how those sound. They sound great. I watched his stream. I was very impressed. I bought them right there on the spot. I was like, I'm getting those. They're like $100, I think, a little more than $100. But anyway, Matt, like the Landlord Advocates, maybe he wants to do something where he's like at location somewhere, right? Like he's an attorney, but maybe he wants to show a situation. He can actually prop up his phone or his iPad, go live, and he can use those and he can be moving around and the audio is going to stay the same. He's not wired to the device. He can move around, he has some freedom. If you're doing crafting, if you're doing makeup, anything where you are moving around or even maybe need to walk to one part of the room or the other, you might want to look at a microphone system like this because then your audio is going to stay with you wherever you go. Fitness, yoga, cooking, any of those types of things. This is actually something I really wanted to use. I wanted to get anyway because I really, really, really want to figure out a way to do a live cooking show. Like I love to cook. I mean, I love to cook. I'm pretty dang good in the kitchen. And I really do want to have like a Cooking with Mel type of show. Like this just for fun, like just totally for fun, not for work or anything. And I will need something like that. And so I've been wanting to get one anyway. So I'm excited to get it unboxed and actually use it, right? So pretty cool. Billy says that'd be great for my podcast. The audio quality, I was very impressed when Kirk was using them. He has a deeper voice, and it sounded really good. He did say, now they come with a lav, so they're that big box that little box, it clips onto you. It's kind of big, but it does come with a lav, so you could clip that onto your belt, and there's a wired lav that you can use, which hooks it like the little thing. He said that he felt like that was, he felt like it was always hot. The mic was always a little too loud. Billy, you're a genius. Billy, you're a genius. I could totally take this show on the road. I could do some live streaming while I play golf. I could go fishing and y'all can hear me, right? Y'all be able to hear me. So I'm excited to get that one figured out and play around with it. So yeah, so Matt says, I agree. A wireless mic is next. Great for rallies and interviews where you do not have to wire someone up. Yeah, so Cynthia, Purgatory Paranormal of New York is joining us. Hello. Cynthia, I was just talking about how I've been so dang busy lately that I haven't even had a chance to play with my new toy, which are these wireless mics. And there's 2 of them in there with 1 receiver. You can use these with mobile devices, and you can use them with a computer. You can also use them on a DSLR camera. So you can hook them right up to your camera and record videos and videos. You can live stream, same thing, and you have these wireless mics. Really excited to get those set up. And then the other thing was that I have a new angle. We have a new layout here we're trying it on for size. I got the Brios hooked up with a widescreen angle so you can see a little bit more of that behind the scenes shot. And then, of course, the last thing that I updated everybody on was that we're working on a new schedule. Cinco is the brand, Cynthia. Cinco is the brand. It's basically they're very, very comparable to Rode. And I'm hearing a lot about this brand right now. I'm hearing a lot about it. Even Doc Rock talks about that brand. So definitely one of those things. So the schedule is the biggest thing that I got to figure out, right? So I'm thinking Mondays is probably when we'll be moving the live videos to. They'll be a little earlier in the day. So those of you that are already up early, our friend Peter George is not here right now, but he's usually tuning in from Australia. It's like 4:00 in the morning his time. So it'll be me. Unfortunately, I won't be able to accommodate everybody's schedule, but I am working on that. I'm thinking about, a 1:00 time frame, maybe Mondays. We'll see what happens. But I gotta look at a lot of stuff. I have this big temporary project. It's temporary. That is kind of like getting in the way of some of the fun things I get to do like this. And then once that's out, then I can look at a new schedule. But also Addie's schedule changed. And so Tuesdays at 2:00 just doesn't work anymore for my life right now. So we got to make an adjustment. And I wanted to share that because I also want to encourage you that there are going to be plenty of times when you're going to have something and then you're going to need to make an adjustment. And I find often that entrepreneurs, especially once you start to get successful or you start to get traction, you become afraid to make changes. And then all of a sudden, our business is now not really serving us the way we wanted it to. And one of the reasons why we start these businesses or why we become entrepreneurs or why we convert our businesses to online in the first place is because we want flexibility. Flexibility does not mean freedom, but we want that flexibility. And in order to maintain that, you are going to have to make some sacrifices. However, you got to make this work for your life too. So the business should serve you in your life. And so that might mean you have to break a few rules. You may have to sacrifice a few best practices, if you will. But I always preach this, is that you've got to make it work for you and it's got to be fun. And so if there are things that you are doing or that you're following best practices and it just feels awful, not right, and it's making you resent your business, then you need to make an adjustment. There are plenty of things that I know are best practices or will get great results that I don't do quite the way that you're supposed to because of those reasons. And so it's one of those things that's just got to happen sometimes. So you have to do what you have to do in order to maintain momentum, maintain progress, where you will continue to be always taking forward action. And that might mean sacrificing a best practice or a rule that a guru told you something to do, right? And so giving you permission to make it work for you. That's what I'm doing, and that's what we're here for. So cool. So she just looked them up. Yes, you can also... I bought the dual pack. So I went ahead and bought the pack that were more. I guess I'll just, when I'm able to actually do a video with these, I'll share the links again. But let me see here. I'm going to pull these up so that you guys can see exactly what this thing is. La, 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 la. I'm going to put my affiliate link in here. So this is my affiliate link. So if you're on YouTube, I'm going to post this. This is, really? It didn't work. Let me try that again. There's not a link right there. Copy. Paste. There we go. So this is my Amazon affiliate link. I get like 4 pennies if you buy this. I don't know how much I get. I don't get very much. But this is the product. So right now, this is the dual one. So if you wanted to, let me see this. Dang it. Share screen. I'm going to show it to you too. So here it is on Amazon right now. So if you go, this is it. So this has 2 mics, and it comes with the lavs that go into it as well. It comes with that carrying case, which I found very helpful. But that creative girl's right. You can also just buy the one. So there's a version that's just 1 microphone. If you're ever thinking you'll use 2 for interviews, then I would go ahead and just buy this one. Right now it is $119. So it's $119 right now. Prices do fluctuate. You'll notice on Amazon. So if that's out of your budget, you might want to flag that item and just keep checking back, because the prices do change on Amazon, especially for items like this, I feel like. So they just, I don't know. So like it says it's $179.98 normally, but it's on sale. I doubt that it's going to go back up, but it could, especially now that we're getting into the holidays. You are going to start to see deals, and you're also going to start to see things go up in price based on demand. That is just the reality of it. And then we also have this lovely supply chain thing going on. So, I mean, I'm gonna give this thing a test, and when I do, I will absolutely be using it, showing you how it sounds live once I have the opportunity to open it up and give it a go. So, okay, my friends. So there you have it. I wanted to just kind of check in. I didn't go live last week. I haven't been live yet this week, and I wanted to let you all know why. Many of you are so awesome. You have your loyal followers. You hang out with me often. If you're new here, I would love to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and hang out with us. We have a lot of fun. Usually I do a live Q&A where I will answer all your questions about whatever you want to ask. You know what I mean? And that creative girl, thank you for posting the questions that you posted because that's the kind of stuff I love to help with. So definitely looking at the future here in the next few weeks. Actually, I'm going to be creating some new tutorials for you all. There's some fun stuff that is happening with StreamYard, some new updates coming that are great. So I'll be letting you guys know all about those as well, of course. And then just new stuff. I mean, new gear. I'm kind of in that season where I'm getting ready to make some changes. I may be getting another camera. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, so here we are. New layout. We'll try this on for size for a while, see how I like it. Maybe I'll end up rearranging my entire living room because in the winter, I get a little stir crazy and I need things like that. So maybe y'all can help me do that. What do you think? We'll see. But for now, I got to go. I got to run off. I got a meeting coming up. And until next time. So I'll see you guys next week sometime. Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely due for a cool live video hangout where I just work on stuff and you guys hang out with me and we chat whatever you want to chat about. So, all right, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, Johnny has a quick question. Hold on. Let me come back. Y'all thought I was done. Real fast. So Johnny, I'm using OBS virtual camera. Okay. So if you have OBS and you use it, then turn on the virtual camera. And then when you open StreamYard, you'll see virtual camera. OBS virtual camera is an option for your webcam. And you select it. And then whatever you have on OBS is what you can display as your webcam in StreamYard. That's how I use OBS with StreamYard. So there you go. All right, everybody. For real this time. I got to go. I'll see you guys later. Johnny, I do have a video about that. If you look at my channel, there's a video where I went live and I talked all about it. I kind of go through the rundown of it all. It's kind of a long one, but it is what it is. So, all right. I'll see you guys.